This Conversion Bible deep dive is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you to run smart discount campaigns on your store. Test it for free on your Shopify store. Just land on the Shopify App Store now and test it for free.
Okay, let's think about this. When was the last time you bought something online? Was it, some big flashy ad?
Yeah.
Or maybe you was seeing a friend post about it, or you just saw someone kind of like you actually using it.
Yeah, that real world thing. That's user-generated content, UGC.
Exactly. And look, reviews are part of it, sure, but UGC is way bigger than just star ratings.
Oh, absolutely. It plays right into how we actually decide things. We inherently trust people who seem like us, much more than a brand just talking about how great they are.
It's that social proof idea again. Seeing someone else, a peer, recommend something, it cuts through the noise.
It really does. So today we're diving into exactly that, specifically pulling from an article about UGC on Shopify stores. Right. Our mission here is to grab the most important takeaways, explore all these different ways customers are creating stuff, and really figure out how you can use this to boost conversions on your store. Think of it as your fast track to getting up to speed.
Yeah, we'll get into the psychology, why it works. Then the different types of UGC, lots more than you might think. Practical ways to actually use it on your store.
Tools to manage it all.
Exactly. Tools, some real examples, how to measure if it's even working.
Navigate the tricky bits.
Right, the challenges.
Yeah.
And maybe even a little peek at what's coming next in the UGC world.
Basically, let's shake up how we think about UGC, make it work smarter for our stores. So first things first. Why does this stuff actually work so well, especially for Shopify?
Well, the absolute core is credibility and trust. It's almost instant. When a potential customer sees someone who isn't being paid, someone relatable, share something positive, maybe a photo, a quick video, even just a comment, it lands differently.
It feels real.
That's social proof in action. We're wired to follow the crowd, especially a crowd that looks like us. It bypasses that marketing filter we all have.
Totally. Seeing a normal person say, "This is great," just hits harder than a perfect, polished ad these days. It makes you think, okay, maybe this is legit. And that definitely nudges you towards buying.
Exactly. UGC feels authentic. Traditional marketing has its place, of course, but it can feel, well, a bit staged sometimes.
A bit distant.
Right. But a customer's photo, showing your gadget on their kitchen counter, that's instantly relatable. And that relatability, it drives way more engagement.
Plus, and this is a big plus, your customers are making this content for you.
Huge cost-saving potential there compared to, say, professional photo shoots or big ad campaigns.
So what are the kind of hot trends right now in UGC? What are you seeing?
Well, short-form video is massive.
Yeah.
Just dominates. Think quick demos, reaction clips, little personal stories on TikTok, Instagram Reels. Just grab attention.
Snappy content.
Very snappy. And stores are getting smarter about using UGC across lots of platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even Pinterest. Meeting people where they hang out.
Which sounds great, but also a lot to manage. Content everywhere.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
And it's why we're seeing more stores turn to tech, even AI tools, to help find and organize all that UGC from social media.
AI for collection. Makes sense. Okay, so we get the why and the trends. Let's break down the types of UGC. Because it's really blossomed beyond just text reviews, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The variety is huge now. Visual UGC is probably the most obvious starting point. Photos, videos, they just show the product in life.
Yeah, like those unboxing videos, people getting genuinely excited.
Those are great. Or before and afters, especially for things like beauty or home renovation, they show transformation.
And for clothes, like seeing how different people style the same shirt, that's super helpful.
Incredibly helpful. It sparks ideas. And then there's all the content just floating around on social media.
You mean just casual mentions?
Yeah, but used strategically. When someone tags your brand on Instagram or talks about your product on TikTok, that's visibility to their network. Even simple Instagram stories disappear, but they offer quick, authentic glimpses.
And Pinterest, people pinning products they like.
That's valuable curation. It drives interest and traffic, often from highly motivated shoppers, just because someone else thought it was cool enough to pin.
So it's about tapping into that existing advocacy. What about getting customers more actively involved, creating something specific for the brand?
Right, that leads into customer-created campaigns. Things like hashtag campaigns are classic. Get everyone sharing photos, using hashtag your brand tag, builds community, gives you loads of content.
Like Pura Vida does with hashtag Pura Vida bracelets.
Exactly like that. Or brands even asking customers for ideas on new products or designs. Talk about making fans feel heard and invested.
That's clever. And brand challenges.
Yeah, setting a fun task. Show us how you use X product in a creative way. And getting people to share photos or videos. Great for engagement, creates buzz.
Makes it feel like a game almost. What about more direct interaction, real-time stuff?
Good point. That's interactive UGC. Think live Q&As on Instagram or Facebook. The cool part is when customers start answering each other's questions based on their own experience.
Wow, the community helping itself.
Precisely. Polls, quizzes featuring customer opinions. It all pulls people in, makes them feel like they're part of the conversation, not just being sold to.
Building that relationship pre-purchase. And for those who really want to share a lot, is there space for longer stuff?
Definitely. Long-form UGC. People writing detailed blog posts about their experience, making in-depth video reviews or testimonials, even dedicating podcast segments to a brand they love.
That goes beyond just a quick snapshot.
It provides deep dives, background stories, usage tips. It adds a whole other layer of trust and understanding, especially for more considered purchases.
Okay, wow. So a huge range of content. Now, the crucial part. How do Shopify stores actually use all this strategically to, make more sales?
All right, let's get practical. Product pages are ground zero. You absolutely need customer photos and videos there. Seeing the item not just in a studio, but in a real setting on a real person, it's game-changing.
Especially for things like clothes or furniture.
Totally. Highlighting user styling ideas is great. And dynamic UGC galleries that automatically pull in fresh content keep those pages looking current and trustworthy.
Makes sense. Seeing it on the page where I might buy is powerful. What about using it in marketing emails or ads?
Big opportunity there. Feature great customer photos or short testimonials in your email newsletters. It's way more inspiring than just product shots.
More authentic.
Yeah. And use UGC clips in your social media ads. They often feel less like ads, more like genuine recommendations, and can perform really well. UGC is also fantastic for retargeting.
Reminding people who visited but didn't buy.
Exactly. Show them real people loving the product they were considering. It can be that perfect little nudge to bring them back.
Using customer proof to close the loop. Smart. Are there ways to create, dedicated UGC hubs on a site?
Yeah, some stores create specific landing pages like a Community Looks or Seen on You gallery. Collects all that great content in one spot.
Sort of a showcase.
Right. Or even building product collections around user themes, highlighted with your photos. You can switch these up seasonally too, keep it relevant.
Okay, so it can be integrated everywhere. Can you even use it, right at the very end, during checkout?
It's a bit more subtle, but yes. A small, reassuring quote from a happy customer near the buy button. Or maybe a little tag saying, trusted by 10,000 plus happy customers with a tiny rotating photo. It just eases those last-second jitters.
Calms the nerves.
Exactly. And some stores even show UGC after the purchase on the thank you page. It reinforces their decision and subtly prompts them to share later. Keeps the cycle going.
Wow, all the way through. Okay, that's where to put it. But actually managing all this content, collecting it, getting permission, displaying it, that sounds like a job in itself.
It can be, which is why the right tools are key. There are specific UGC apps for Shopify designed for this.
Like Yotbo or others?
Yeah, Yitpo, Cvoid, Social Photos. There are quite a few. They help automate finding content, asking for usage rights, and making it look good on your store.
What should you look for in an app like that?
Ease of use is huge. How well it integrates with your Shopify theme. And, honestly, good customer support if you run into trouble.
Okay, so you've got the tools, the content is flowing. How do you actually know if it's, working, making a difference to the bottom line?
Measurement is crucial. You need to track your KPIs, key performance indicators. The big one is conversion rate. Did it go up after you added UGC?
The direct impact.
Right. Also look at average order value. Does seeing how others use multiple products encourage bigger baskets?
Yeah.
And customer lifetime value, are these engaged customers coming back more often?
Beyond sales, what about just engagement?
Yeah, metrics like time spent on site or how many pages people view. If those go up when people interact with UGC, it's just making your store stickier, more engaging.
But tracking isn't always straightforward, is it? Someone might see UGC on Instagram days before they finally buy on the site. How do you connect those dots?
That's where attribution models come in.
Yeah.
Especially multi-touch attribution. It tries to give credit to all the different touch points along the customer's journey.
So you can see if UGC played a role, even if it wasn't the very last click.
Exactly. It helps you see patterns. Like maybe people who see customer photos on product pages are much more likely to convert later. That tells you where to focus your efforts.
Tracking the whole path. Complex, but sounds necessary. Okay, let's talk roadblocks. What are the common hurdles stores hit when they try to do more with UGC?
Getting enough good content is often the first challenge. Not everyone naturally shares.
So how do you encourage them?
Contests work well. Small discounts for sharing a photo or review. Building a really strong, positive brand community helps a lot of people want to participate. And just making it clear how to share and reassuring them about privacy.
Makes sense. What about quality? You might get stuff that's less than ideal.
Yeah, quality control and moderation are vital. You need to filter out spam, irrelevant stuff, or anything inappropriate. But there's a balance.
You don't want it to look too perfect or censored.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Over-moderation kills authenticity. You need a process for handling negative feedback, too. Sometimes a constructive critique can actually add credibility, showing you're not hiding anything.
That's a fine line to walk. What about just scaling it? If you have tons of products or sell globally.
That's where automation really helps. Apps that scan social media help with permissions. It takes the manual load off. For global stores, yeah, you need to think about different languages, maybe local hashtags. It adds complexity but opens up huge potential.
Automation and global thinking for growth. Looking ahead then, what's next? What's the future of UGC looking like?
Tech is the big driver. AI and machine learning are getting really smart. They'll be able to predict which specific piece of UGC is most likely to convert a particular customer.
Whoa, personalized UGC.
Yeah, imagine your store's homepage rearranging itself to show you customer photos featuring products you've recently viewed or bought. Highly relevant, highly personalized.
That's pretty wild. What about things like AR, augmented reality?
AR is already here in some ways, like virtual try-on for glasses or makeup. When customers start creating their own AR filters featuring your products, that's UGC Gold. And for bigger items, like furniture.
Letting you see it in your room.
Exactly. Using AR to visualize how that sofa looks in your living room, powered by seeing how others have done it, that removes a massive purchase barrier.
Makes the decision so much easier. Any other emerging formats?
Keep an eye on voice and audio UGC. It's still niche, but think audio reviews, customer voicemails.
Hearing their actual voice.
Yeah, hearing the excitement, the tone, it's incredibly personal. It could really stand out in a world saturated with images and text. A different way to connect.
Audio testimonials. Interesting. Definitely adds a personal touch.
So yeah, wrapping this all up, the big takeaway is user-generated content is so much more than just reviews now. It's this whole ecosystem of real stories, real perspectives.
And by embracing all these different forms, the social posts, the interactive stuff, the campaigns, the longer stories you're letting shoppers see themselves in your brand, feel like they belong, that connection, that authentic proof, it's huge for conversions.
And Shopify stores are perfectly set up for this. You can weave UGC into product pages, ads, special galleries, even checkout. Get the right tools, set clear guidelines, build that community.
And let your happy customers do a lot of the selling for you.
Exactly. They become your best advocates.
Okay, so reflecting on all these diverse types, photos, videos, challenges, audio clips, AR visualizations, what do you think is the single biggest operational hurdle for a store owner trying to pull all of that together into one smooth, consistent experience for the customer? This deep dive was powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you to run smart discount campaigns on your store. Test it for free on your Shopify store. Just land on the Shopify App Store now and test it for free.